What was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into disaster after 4 friends who were all drunk left the bar in the city without a designated driver. Designate a driver. Don't drink and drive.
This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 8th of October, 2024. I am Alana Bose reporting for News Source with the latest tonight. Media workers, influencers, content creators, and disc jockeys were among persons consulted today as the Ethnic Relations Commission, ERC, United Nations Guyana, and the Guyana National Broadcasting Authority, GNBS, explored strategies and a plan of action to counter hate speech in Guyana. According to the United Nations, hate speech is any kind of communication in speech, writing, or behavior that attacks or uses discriminatory language with reference to a person or group. UN Resident Coordinator Acting Gerardo Noto said media operatives and social media influencers play an important role in the fight to combat hate speech, as he addressed those present in a Countering Hate Speech workshop at the Pegasus Hotel today.
Each of you have critical roles to play as media workers, influencers, DJs, and content creators in shaping public discourse, promoting inclusivity, and safeguarding the values that unite Guyana as a society. In today's interconnected world, media platforms, whether traditional or digital, hold an immense power to amplify messages that can either foster understanding and unity or drive division and conflict.
He said hate speech, whether subtle or overt, has the potential to tear at the fabric of society, adding that it can incite violence and deepen divisions among people. Media workers, content creators, influencers, and DJs, he said, have the power to be part of the solution.
By using your platforms and raising your voice, you may raise awareness, promote tolerance, and challenge discrimination. You really can make a difference. You can help turn the tide against hate speech and foster a culture of respect, inclusion, and dialogue.
The UN official also said the workshop provides a safe space for stakeholders to share their experiences, observations, and challenges, all while exploring practical strategies that can help Guyanese to navigate the complex and at times challenging media landscape. Chairman of the Ethnic Relations Commission, ERC, Sheikh Moinul Haq, said the workshop is aimed at fostering a more harmonious and respectful society with focus on the role of the media.
We gather to effect meaningful change and strive towards the eradication of hate speech from our society. The ERC recognizes the significance that media practitioners play in disseminating information to the public. And with that role comes great responsibility. This workshop aims to expand your understanding of hate speech within the unique context of Guyana, equipping you with the knowledge necessary to navigate and challenge it effectively.
He said while Guyana is largely a harmonious country, racial and ethnic violations remain a major concern, with rising tensions at elections. Hack said the ERC has documented numerous instances of hateful comments rooted in race and ethnicity. Such findings, he said, underscores the importance of the workshop. Meanwhile, the chairperson of GNBS, Lachmi Rahamat, said the workshop comes at a critical time. Rahamat said while Guyana has a multicultural, multiracial society, it is unfortunate that it is plagued by hate speech. In this regard, she said GNBS has taken note of a number of infractions by broadcasters and continues to advocate for responsible behavior at all levels.
Hate speech is a red infraction. It is very serious. But by the time the infractors come before us, we deal with the level of the broadcasters. That is the individual who more than likely is not present in the green room when the said hate speech or violating statements are made. We hope by bringing all stakeholders together, those who hold the licenses, those who present on the platforms, those who edit and create the content, can all come together on today's date and present pliable solutions that can be adopted, implemented in our fight against eradicating and eliminating hate speech from our society.
The Counter Hate Speech Workshop is one of several initiatives being held by the ERC in partnership with UN Guyana as their part of their campaign to counter hate speech. The campaign was launched in June. More news coming up in a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Are you ready to elevate your career with a world-class education from the comfort of your home? The University of Excellence Management and Business, UEMB, Guyana's premier accredited and recognized tertiary institution, invites you to join one or more of our comprehensive 145-degree programs. Registration is now open for our next intake on September 9 and every 2 months thereafter. Enroll now and secure a 50% scholarship. Choose from an ABA, BBA, MBA, MPM, EMBA, EMPM, and LLM degrees, available in 14 specializations. Whether you hold an undergraduate degree, a diploma, or relevant professional qualifications, apply. We are an accredited degree-granting tertiary institution in Guyana. Our programs are also equivalent to a USA Regional Accredited degree. Submit your completed application form, proof of entrance qualification, and any form of ID. For more details, visit our administrative office in the Critchlow Labour College, front building, Wolford Avenue, or call 225-1395, 225-1397-9, 618-3434, and 681-3434. Progressing to a degree is as easy as ABC with UEMB. Deal with the best and forget the rest.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Yes.
Start packing us, yeah?
I ain't start packing yet. Usually I pack a couple hours before and I go. Drive. I got my phone, I got my keys, my charger, my
Procrastinating planning for the future? Well, that's never a good idea. Let Demerara Mutual and Demerara Fire and General help you get started with planning for your future today. I'm with Dem.
The leader of the Alliance for Change, Nigel Hughes, and a delegation of AFC executives met on Monday with the U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Bureau of Western Hemisphere Affairs, Barbara A. Feinstein, and Catherine Beamer, who is the Director in the Office of Caribbean Affairs at the U.S. State Department. The meeting was held at the Department of State office in Washington, D.C. In a statement today, the AFC said that at the meeting, the party leader highlighted several issues relating to Guyana's development and the rule of law. Topping the discussions, the AFC said, is the need for a new registration process ahead of Guyana's next regional and general elections and the production of a new list of electors, which the party said is in keeping with recommendations from several of the observer missions of the 2020 polls. The AFC team also expressed concerns regarding the lack of feasibility studies regarding large infrastructure projects currently underway in Guyana and contract bidding processes. The two sides discussed increased cooperation between Guyana and the USA, especially on the areas of institutional strengthening in the energy sector, capacity building in the public sector and state institutions, increased trade, fiscal management, and accountability in natural resource management, the statement said. Additionally, the recent actions of the U.S. government to sanction some Guyanese and the likelihood of further similar actions was raised by the AFC leader. The opposition party said its team also expressed gratitude to the U.S. government for its support of Guyana's position on the border controversy with Venezuela. Hughes was accompanied by chairman of the party David Patterson, executive members Professor Shamir Ali, Catherine Hughes, advisor Laura George, and Colin Haynes. The AFC team is in the USA for a number of meetings and public engagements. The Guyana National Bureau of Standards, GNBS, has certified the National Public Health Reference Laboratory under its laboratory certification program. In a statement, the GNBS said the certificate was issued to National Public Health Laboratory for demonstrating conformance to the requirements of the Guyana Standard, general requirements for the operation of a laboratory. At a ceremony in the Ministry of Health's Conference Hall, Brickdam, the certificate, which has a validity period for 2 years, was formally handed over to the laboratory quality manager, Althea Quinton. In remarks, the laboratory director, Joyce White Chin, thanked her team for the effort that was made to ensure certification. She highlighted the importance of the certification, adding that it is more than a badge of honor, but it represents a promise to the clients, partners, and the wider community, and signifies that the results produced are accurate and reliable and meet the highest standards of scientific and ethical data. Meanwhile, Executive Director of the GNBS, Trevor Basu, congratulated the laboratory for its achievement and noted that the certification is not just a testament to the dedication and hard work of those in the laboratory, but also a reflection of government's commitment to upholding quality, accuracy, and reliability in our health systems. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, who was also present for the handover ceremony, described the certification as a significant milestone that should be maintained. Minister Anthony also underscored the importance of confidence in laboratory work. He stated if diagnoses are to be made and results are issued, they must be accurate and in keeping with best practices. The National Public Health Reference Laboratory is the 35th laboratory to become certified under the GNBS Laboratory Certification Program. The lab's mission is to promote a healthy population by responding to public health threats through regular surveillance, diagnostic tests, innovative research, and staff who are well trained to combat emerging and re-emerging infectious diseases. The scope of NPHRL certification includes the testing for RPR, HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, dengue, leptospirosis, and many more diseases. Through its laboratory certification program, the GNBS monitors the operations of laboratories involved in testing, measurement, and/or calibration activities to ensure that they are satisfying the criteria for certification and the requirements outlined in the national standard.
The Guyana Elections Commission GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31st, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration? You must visit the GECOM registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons from your area of residence to apply for registration or name change or correction. You must be in possession of the following source documents as might be relevant: original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration, original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by way of marriage, original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll, original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate or valid passport in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on November 29th, 2024. For further information, please contact GECOM on the following hotline numbers: 225-027729, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GECOM website at www.gecom.org.gy.
so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
The Ministry of Agriculture has launched the Agriculture Information System, AIS, which will be used to gather, analyze, and disseminate agricultural data in real time. Once operational, the new system will allow farmers, extension officers, and media personnel to access real-time information on agriculture. During the launching on Monday, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa noted that the information system will also allow the ministry to plan ahead, which can ensure more efficient decision-making. He said the system will also boost productivity and cement Guyana's position as a leader in agriculture and digitization.
What this will do, this will help us, first of all, to identify those persons who are in the various sectors. And it will help us to plan, because what we are doing now, as I said at the last function that we had at Manripo, that we want to modernize this sector. And this is part of the modernization that we are talking about. Moving it so that we can have better system in place.
The Agriculture Minister said because of the importance now being placed on agriculture, it is important that there be streamlining and getting things done in a formal manner. He noted that challenges which have been faced by the sector in the past are likely to be addressed with the AIS coming into operation. The platform has been created by local digital company Intellect Storm.
We, all of us who are in the agriculture sector, would know that we have had a number of issues in relation to data collection. So much so when we had the first one we had, when we had one of the most devastating floods in the history of our country, we had a number of issues to identify beneficiary. Although the government would have at that time made $7.8 billion available for farmers to go back to the land, you all knew what took place. How many farmers, or how the farming population increased tremendously at that time.
Meanwhile, the new initiative will also allow the ministry to access daily reports from all extension officers nationwide. The AIS will also feature a farm register module. The end goal is creating a comprehensive database for farmers, which will include unique identifiers, contact information, geolocation, acreage, tenure, type or purpose, and other pertinent information. The AIS will be complemented by AIS hubs located in 8 of the 10 administrative regions. The hubs will serve as collaborative spaces for extension officers. With 2 suspects already before the court on abduction charges, the Guyana Police Force has sought and been granted additional time to detain 5 other suspects in the abduction and disappearance of Georgetown resident Joshua David. This coming Thursday will mark 2 weeks since David was last seen. He was snatched from outside a Main Street restaurant and bungled into a waiting car. The incident was captured on the cell phone camera of someone who was sitting in a car nearby. Last Friday, the police charged 2 men in connection with the abduction, while announcing that 5 others had surrendered following the issuance of wanted bulletins for them. The police were forced to seek additional time to question the suspects as the 72-hour period of them being in custody expired. With the extension granted, the 5 suspects are being questioned about their links to the missing man and his abduction and disappearance. News source understands that while some of the men have been identified as those captured on camera abducting the man and throwing him into a car, they have not been providing any useful information on the missing man's whereabouts. Last week, investigators searched a number of communities across the city and on the East Coast for the man, but all of those searches came up empty-handed. The man's family members are still hopeful that he will be found alive, although that hope appears to be slipping away. A Chinese supermarket owner is hospitalized with multiple gunshot wounds after coming under attack during a suspected robbery attempt this morning. The incident occurred just after 7 a.m., according to the police. A police report stated that the businessman was sitting in his vehicle just outside his Durban Street People's Choice supermarket when a security guard on duty heard multiple gunshots. Police investigators were told that an armed suspect was noticed speeding off from the area on a black motorcycle. The security guard also told investigators that he observed and saw the suspect riding away from the scene in a western direction along Durban Street. The injured businessman Jianjing Cheng was taken to the hospital where he was admitted in a serious condition with multiple gunshot wounds. The police said the scene of the shooting has since been processed and 3 suspected 9mm spent shells were found. A probe is underway.
GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all persons who meet the eligibility requirements to apply for registration. By doing so, you will be ensuring that you are issued a national identification card and be included in the official lists of electors for future elections, providing you meet all eligibility criteria. Persons could be prosecuted, fined, or even sent to prison for failing or refusing to apply for registration. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact GECOM on 225-027729 or visit the website www.gecom.org.gy.
Hi, I'm Marlene Street Forrest, Managing Director of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Join us at the 2nd Regional Investment and Capital Markets Conference to be held in Guyana on October 8 to 9, 2024 at the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center. Under the theme Financing for Success, where passion, prosperity, and people align, we will explore the latest trends and opportunities in wealth creation and economic development. This 2-day event promises to be engaging, enlightening, and game-changing. To register to attend, visit www.jamstockex.com or call 876-967-3271. Come and make the right connections.
What was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into disaster after 4 friends who were all drunk left the bar in the city without a designated driver. Designate a driver. Don't drink and drive.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Across the region tonight, authorities in Suriname have seized a weapon from coalition government member Fogati Aseri after he fired several shots at his mobile phone over the weekend. Aseri, a 60-year-old member of the ABOP party, was filmed on Saturday pulling over on the east-west link, exiting his car and throwing his phone to the ground. In the video shared on social media, he can be seen retrieving his handgun and shooting at the phone. Reports indicate that Aseri received a call from a woman while his wife was beside him, prompting the incident. Police found the damaged phone and 7 shell casings at the scene. Neighbors alerted the authorities, and based on their descriptions, police were able to locate Aseri at his home in Paramaribo. Aseri informed police that he was driving toward the capital with his wife when his phone rang. In an attempt to prevent her from finding out who was calling, he pulled over, exited the vehicle, and shot his phone. After being questioned by the authorities, he was permitted to return home. However, police confirmed that his firearm was confiscated following an order from the public prosecutor's office. The incident has raised significant concerns about his actions and the implications for his position as a government member. The St. Kitts and Nevis government has commissioned a 6-megawatt rental power plant to stabilize the national grid temporarily while the sole electricity provider undertakes essential infrastructure upgrades. To support this initiative, the government has secured $40 million in concessional funding from the Saudi Fund for Development for the procurement, construction, and operation of an 18-megawatt dual-fuel power plant, which will include a battery energy storage system. Energy and Public Infrastructure Minister Conrad Maynard emphasized the urgency of the situation, noting that the existing generators are on the verge of collapse and that solar farms do not provide 24-hour coverage. Maynard also highlighted that this new plant aims to create a more reliable energy future while serving as a bridge toward the sustainable island state agenda by integrating a clean-burning, flexible generation platform with energy storage technology. The project aims to promote the growth of distributed renewable energy resources, which will be incentivized through the rollout of a feed-in tariff. And finally tonight, international news. Haiti's foreign minister yesterday blasted a policy announced last week by the neighboring Dominican Republic to deport tens of thousands of migrants back to Haiti, where gang violence is fueling a devastating humanitarian crisis. The Dominican Republic, which shares the Caribbean island of Hispaniola with Haiti, last week said it would deport up to 10,000 migrants per week who were in the country illegally, a sharp increase. So far this month, the Dominican Republic has deported more than 9,000 people, more than 7,000 of those since Thursday, the nation's migration agency said in a statement yesterday. More than 4,900 of the total were Haitians. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Alana Bose reporting for News Source.